Oh, why, hello. Class is now in session. All right, okay, you guys. Class is now in session. So, I wanted to do this video, and I wanted to talk about dating, really. The journey of dating and rotational dating, keeping your options open, your pool open when it comes to being or navigating the dating world or navigating the world in general with feminine energy, okay? Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. I did watch a YouTube video where the girl was very excited about her promise ring. And she was very excited about her promise ring, and I'm not taking away from that. But I think it's important to talk about what all of this stuff means and what you're doing, how you're positioning yourself, all of those things when it comes to moving in the world with feminine energy, with femininity. Okay. It's super hot today, so we're gonna get through it. Woo! Woo! But yeah, so I want to talk about this promise ring. I want to talk about what engagement means, what a proposal for marriage means, and these kind of things, because I think it's important that we talk about these things, and I say that all the time. Damn. But it's important for us to talk about these things because we go through life and we're like, we see things and we're, emulating and copying and imitating certain things, and we don't know why we're doing the things, right? We don't know why we're doing certain things, attaching ourselves to one man, finding ourselves hurt, and going through a cycle of doing the same thing over and over again that doesn't make sense, honestly. And we're like, well, everyone else is doing it, so I should do it too. But not everyone else is doing it, because the people that get it, and the people that don't. Like, I'll just be honest with you. And I know that this might hurt some people's feelings, and it shouldn't, because this is coming from a place of experience. This is coming from a place of wanting the best for you and these kind of things. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to take everything with a grain of salt. Take everything that I say, anyone says, and see if it fits your life. But I will say this: if you've been moving in the world, experiencing heartbreak after heartbreak, going down a path that doesn't seem to be leading you to what you truly desire, which is marriage, which is commitment, which is, family, these kind of things, then perhaps you should do something different. Now, I am aware that not everyone wants marriage, not everyone wants family. Girlfriend, this is not the video for you. But if you do want marriage, first of all, you have to be real with yourself and say, you know what, I truly want this. Because once upon a time, your girl was like, not internally, subconsciously, I did want it, but the pride in me, the prideful Amber, was like, I don't need that stuff. I don't need that stuff. But I wanted it, okay? So I will say this: the promise ring, I don't understand. I kind of get it if you're like really young, still in high school. Yeah, but if you are grown and you really want a family and you want to have marriage, I'm not quite sure what the promise ring means, because what an engagement ring. So this is what we're going to talk about, like, what is an engagement ring, right? What is an engagement ring? So the engagement ring is symbolic for a proposal of marriage. Now, we think about business and what a proposal is. It is a proposal. It's like, I should have looked up what the definition of a proposal is, but it doesn't mean that we are getting married. It means we're going to do this thing with the intention of getting married. That's what that means. So unless you're not engaged and you're just a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, I don't know what you're doing. If you want to be married, an engagement, that's why you have a pool of suitors. That's why you do rotational dating, to get engaged. And that proposal of marriage is like, hey, I think that we are compatible, that we should have a family eventually. And so I want to propose that we do this thing to get married. When you get engaged, that does not mean that you are getting married tomorrow. Oftentimes, engagements last a year. So, okay, I'm proposing marriage. This means that my intentions with us is for us to get married. And so now we are committed to each other. We're doing this thing with the intention of getting married. That's what a proposal and an engagement ring means. So people get in these long-term girlfriend and boyfriend things saying that we're going to get married one day. That's not what that means. A proposal, just like you do a business proposal, because marriage is a contract, it's going to protect you and your kids, okay? Hear me. Hear me. I hope you hear me. It's a contract. And so this is a business, if you didn't know. So like you do in a business, you have a proposal like, hey, I'm drafting up this proposal that we intend to do this. What do you think? Like, yes. And guess what? If you agree, like, this is what we really want to do, then you put it under contract. So a proposal for marriage means that, okay, let's focus on us. We intend to do this thing and see if it's going to lead to marriage. And then you put it under contract, which is marriage. It is a proposal. It is a promise that, hey, we're doing these things. Like a proposal is a promise, like, hey, let's come together and do this thing. We're like, oh, okay, yes, let's put it under contract. That's what that means. And so when people are like, I don't understand rotational dating, I don't understand having a pool of suitors, what is there not to understand? What is there not to understand? Because, okay, you are not playing the field. I don't like to say that, but yeah, yes. Who is going to be the best potential? You have a pool of potential. Who is the best potential for me and life? For me to go on in life with, to commit my life to, and start a family with. This ain't a game. Like, bringing children in the world and like establishing a household, establishing a family is a big deal. It is a big decision. And so you want to make the best decision. And so I think about this, and I know I'm going to perhaps ruffle a little some feathers here, but you have to see it for what it is and understand everything, right? So I have a daughter. I would hate, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I would hate for my daughter to attach herself to a boy. And a potential man comes around that is better suited for her and her goals for the future, right? And he is interested in her and taking her on as a wife because he sees the same thing, right? They are compatible and suited to each other. But because she's attached to a boyfriend, she lets that opportunity go. Like, let's think about that. Like, you could potentially let an opportunity that is better suited for you because you are attached to something that's not guaranteed. They didn't even commit to you enough to say, hey, I intend on getting married to you one day. They didn't even think to even do that for you. Think about it. So they just want to play husband and wife. You want to play the part. You want to play husband and wife because that's what you're doing with this girlfriend and boyfriend stuff. So you're playing the part. You're doing the wifely duties, but you have no benefits of the wife title. Okay. And then somebody could come along that is better suited for you and your goals and what you intend for your life, your future family, but you can't because you got your pretend husband over here that has not made any sort of commitment or intention or promise to you. Think about this. Like, people are like, I don't get the whole rotational dating, the having a pool of potentials and things like that. I don't get it. What is there not to understand? You have a potential because this is your life. Like, you're making a big decision. And on the same thing with the guy too as well. He's making a big decision to take on the responsibility of a family. Like, you should make the best decision. He should make the best decision for him, and you should make the best decision for you. Okay? That's the point. That's what a proposal for marriage, like, hey, let's see if this is something that we really want to put under contract and actually say, yes, we are getting married. Because here's the thing, I think people think, oh, the engagement, I got it on lock. No, you don't. That just means that your intentions are to get married one day. But we are intending for this commitment that we're under right now. Okay, is this something that we can do for life? And if it's something that you can do, then you put it under contract and get married. That's how this works. So, I understand, I don't want to take away from people's excitement for a promise ring, but an engagement ring is a promise ring. And if it doesn't work out, I might ruffle some feathers here too. You give the engagement ring back. It's like, it didn't work out. Because it's like, it is a proposal. You have to put something on the table. And the man is putting that on the table. This is the masculine energy putting some money, pretty much, like, let's be real, like some money on the table. Like, hey, this is my intention. I'm giving you this ring. This is my intention for marriage. Let's see if it works out. Okay? And if it doesn't, then that's a great thing too. Because then you get the opportunity to really find the person that's really right for you. And he has the opportunity to find the person that's really right for him as well. Okay? That's how this is supposed to go. I don't think that people truly understand what the engagement means, the proposal for marriage. He proposed that we get married in the future. So now we are like, okay, let's see if this is going to something that we really want to make a serious commitment by putting it under contract. Now, I've done several videos on my channel about looking at your relationship as a business and how, understanding the roles, like when it comes to feminine energy, femininity, masculine energy, masculinity, understanding roles and things like that. Can you see how this is set up? That is the thing, right? It's not just a haphazard thing. These are not like, this might be why, divorce rates are so high, but this is not a haphazard, I feel a chemistry and, all of this stuff. This is a big decision. And so that's why it's set up this, like, do we want to do this for life? Do we want to commingle our finances? Do we want to create a family? Do we want to build a household? Do we want to do these things? So we propose marriage. We see if that's something, if we're in alignment, if we have the same goals, the same vision, are we compatible? Can we, go work through some problems together? Can we problem solve together? Do we understand each other's roles? These kind of things. And that even your engagement doesn't have to be like a long time. But when you're intentional, you're like, okay, let's see how this is going to play out for the rest of our lives. Are we on the same page? Do we have the same goals? Do we want a family? These kind of things. That's what this is about. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So, I understand people want to play husband and wife, but even if you do that, be intentional with it. Like, be intentional with it. I don't recommend it. I don't think it doesn't make any sense, especially if you really desire marriage. It doesn't make sense. You'll find people going in and being in these committed long-term relationships, and then they're like 45 and they still want to have a family, and they're like, is it ever going to work out for me? But you played you played wife in all of these different relationships with no kind of promise, no kind of commitment, no kind of proposal for marriage saying that we intend on getting married eventually. You played wife in all of these relationships. That's why rotational dating and having a pool of potentials and seeing how it all works out for you, seeing who is the best option for you, is important. Not just for you, but everyone. I think that men should do it too. Men should do it, women should do it. So we're not in these like continual relationships that are causing more baggage, more trauma, more heartbreak. Okay, do you hear what I'm saying? Like, you're finding yourself in all these series of relationships just piling on the trauma, the heartbreak, and the time is lost. So that's why you have engagement. That's why you have a proposal for marriage. That's why you have rotational dating. That's why you have a pool of potentials. Now, if you're interested in learning more about that, I do have resources on my website on how to have a potential, a pool of potentials, how to work that. I recommend, like 6 people in your pool. I do. When I intended on getting married and I was in the dating scene, I worked it like it was my job. I did. Because I had intentions for my life, okay? I had intentions. And so if you really want to see a transformation in your life, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? What is a desire for your life? Okay? Be clear about that. And I do recommend Manifesting Made Basic to really transform your life, if that's what you want for your life. You'll go through the systematic steps on how to be clear about what it is you truly desire and make the thing happen. Okay? Anyways, you guys, that's all for this video. I hope this video helped. I know I got a little passionate in this video, but I'm super passionate about this. I experienced when I was in the dating scene, people were trying to convince me, and I'm like, just because everybody jumps off a bridge doesn't mean I'm going to. Not this one. Not this one. Okay? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on... I gotta switch because I'm doing Impact You Speaks as well. Subscribe to that channel as well, please. I'll leave the link below for that. Spirituality, feminine energy, manifestation, all of that jazz. So if you like that kind of thing, I think you'll like it here. So definitely subscribe, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.